This is the video for the assembly of a triple bin store which has one of the pram store or storage options on the third bay. As you can see on this image there, you've got two bays for the 140 litre bins. I believe this one for a little smaller than the standard, and then the triple or third bay is the pram storage. So this is the assembly, and we'll show you how this goes together. So your item's going to come on a pallet, all in a flat pack mode as it is. If you just take these off the pallet and then just stack them as you're going to assemble them. Okay, when you get your pallet, your items will be in flat pack design like this, your back panels, your side panels and so on, and you'll see that they're labelled up, as you can see here, and you've also got the colour-coded stickers indicating what screws are to be used where. So you'll have a little bag, for example, where there's a red sticker on this screw hole. You're going to use the screw with the red stickers on those bags. Okay, we'll show you how this goes together. So your starting piece will always be the back panel. So gents, just to move that into position, and then the easiest way is if you put the what we name the inters, so the internal pieces, and they just simply push up and just get in position here, sorry. So they push up and the screws go through the framework there. You can see the holes are all pre-drilled ready, and that will just connect onto that back piece and simply screw in position. What we'll do on this demo version, we'll just put a couple of screws in just to show you. You can see that that easily screws into position, and the unit will now support itself, it will stand up. So on this one being a triple, there's an internal framework there, and you're going to attach it in the same way. You're just going to line it up, and then again, just for this demo, we'll just put a couple of screws in, but you would continue to put the extra screws in position. Okay, let me just show you how that looks at the moment. So you can see there, this internal piece here is because you've got two bins. This one looks different because this is the marine ply lined unit. So this is going to be used, I believe, for storing a pram or buggy. So this is lined with marine ply to give it some weather protection from the elements, rather than just being open to the slatted like the bins are. Okay, next piece, we're going to take one of the side panels and we're going to attach that in exactly the same way. So you're just going to literally line that up and attach your screws. Okay. Okay, you can see how that's attached. And then we're going to take the other end panel and attach in the same way. Just let me show how this goes together on the ends. You can see how the back framework and this internal framework just literally line up, and you've got this slight overhang which just lines everything into position neatly and securely. And you can see what you're doing is you're sending a screw through this pre-drilled hole straight through this framework into that back framework in the three positions that are shown. And there we go, and obviously you will just continue. So that's virtually up now. All we're going to do is we're going to do the front panel, which when it comes you will see that the doors and everything are all attached. They will just be cable tied for transport, so you just snip the cable ties, and then that's just a case of taking that off as one section really. Okay, we'll show you how this attaches. So I'm just going to get around the other side so you can see this. So in the same way that the internal sections and the side pieces attached from inside onto the rear. You're just lining up the front panel to these pieces, and you're going to attach them in the same way. So you can see here your end panel is just going to be positioned in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to screw into the pre-drilled holes, as you can see there, into the framework on the front, and you're going to do that on all of your pieces. So your end panels and your internal panels are going to do exactly that. I'll just show you here as a quick demo. Okay, and that's obviously, that just one screw is holding the front one, as you can see there. And then you will just attach those all in position. We'll just put a couple of screws in. You just do this obviously from the inside. It's, if you can lean over and do that, or if you need to, just open the doors and just get it turned and then attach them. Okay. And again, we're just, for this demo, we're just putting the odd screw in, but you would just continue to attach those in the middle and the bottom there on all of those sections. Okay. Okay, so this being the pram store one, you can see that that is all lined up with marine plywood, and then this being the bin section is an open section. Now this option comes with a planter roof, so this would arrive, as you can see there. This is all ready. It's designed where you would put your landscaping fabric, you know, your liner in there to protect the timber, but we just give it a coat of sort of treatment just to add an extra layer of protection. But these are designed to have your own liner added once this is in position. So this will just simply come over and rest on position on top of the framework, and we'll just show you now how that works. And it's a little bit heavy, so just make sure you've got a couple of people and watch when you're putting it in position. Okay. Okay, and this is just going to be lined up, as you can see there, lined up in position. And then to attach this, you just need to, once it's in, you would simply come from the underneath, and you can see here, this is a different colour screw here, so you would use the screws that have got the correct colour. In this case it's a yellow. Yours may differ slightly depending on what stickers we've got left to use, but basically you would screw in from the underside straight through into that framework, all the way around where the stickers are located. You can see there at the back, and that's the planter roof then installed, and that is the assembly of your Binstore, which should take realistically, you know, I mean, even when you're putting the rest of the screws in, 10 minutes really, so 10-15 minutes with no special tools needed, and that's that completed. And there we have, and this version that we're showing here is pressure treated pine. We obviously do these in a range of timbers such as Douglas fir, Western red cedar and thermally modified use. Okay, thank you for watching.